Hey folks, American Nomad here. This is about this truck, and it's not about doing it right, it's about doing it cheap. Um, so, this episode is going to be about how I ended up in the truck, accidentally ended up living in the truck in the first place, and the first week that I spent in the truck. This is where I thank everybody. I love you all for sharing this with your friends. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Make comments as to what you want to know, because I really need your help with this. I'm new to YouTube, and all your help is appreciated. Anything you'd like to know or learn about, just shout out, and we'll do that for you. Thank you. He had a pretty good job. I was living in an apartment. It was a nice apartment. The rent kept going up. The job kept going down. And I was looking to get into someplace with a garage. But I had previous debt from my previous life. And I had no credit to speak of. So all my money was going to try to pay off that debt. I was trying to figure out how to make that happen. And I decided to make a chart. And when I got done making the chart, there was nothing in the choice area where it was going to make a big difference in my life. But on the other side, there was the rent and the phone and the cable and the internet, and the list goes on and on, water, sewer, garbage. And so basically, I saw that the only way to make a change was to make a change in them things that I thought I couldn't change. And that's when I decided to move into my Dodge pickup for a while and live in it. The idea was 3 months to save some money up, that way I could move into a duplex that had a garage. And that was the beginning of my adventure. So I rented this storage unit, and I moved out of my apartment and moved into my Dodge pickup truck. And that was going to be a temporary thing. And after a month of doing that, almost exactly 4 weeks, I decided to make a bad decision and crash into the side of somebody. Yeah, it was my fault. I had insurance, so it paid for their vehicle and all, but didn't have full coverage, so I was out. All I had was, at least I had saved a little over $1,000 already from living in the truck. So I had to go buy a van. It was a piece of junk van, and I knew eventually I was going to have to move out of it. So I was starting to look at what I was going to do and what I was going to buy next. I needed something. It was coming up in winter, and I needed something that I could stay in through the winter at that point. So I bought a cheap van. It was a piece of junk, but it was what I needed to sleep in. So, after 4 months in a van, I decided I wanted more space. And I wanted to stop paying for my storage unit that I had all this stuff in. I was going there and getting my clothes, doing laundry, and putting them back in the storage unit, and whatever else I needed from day to day. So I still had some expense there, and I wanted to eliminate that. And I started looking for vehicles. And I found the U-Haul truck thing. U-Haul sells all of their trucks at the 10-year mark because they're self-insured, and they won't insure them any longer than that. I wanted to continue to pay off bills and move ahead, and I was trying to figure out how to do that. And I went to the U-Haul place and I looked at all their different trucks that I was seeing online for sale to get an estimate of size. Um, I finally decided on this one because of the size. Essentially, it was big, but not too big. Now, this truck came with a roll-up back door and the aluminum floor. The sides, the roof is aluminum also, one piece, and then the sides are a heavy marine plywood with uh, some kind of a plastic coating over both inside and outside, reinforced plastic, and very sturdy and durable. Now, that first week that I spent living in it, it had the aluminum floor. There was nothing in it. Had an inflatable mattress, the aluminum floor, had a backup battery unit, one of them jump starter units, and a DVD player. And so that's all I really had to be in the back of the truck, and that and my clothes. And that first week, um, you had to keep the back door lifted up a little. And I was paranoid that somebody was going to come along and lock that big latch, and I wasn't going to have any way to get out. So that was the first thing I started thinking about, was that back door and how it was going to change. And that will lead us into the next episode, the installation of the door. If you guys could share this with your friends, I'd really appreciate that. Na 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 na. Hey hey.